We just experienced the largest wipeout in crypto you have ever seen. Welcome back to Crypto Games. I want to show you the price charts. Please pay attention, because when I show you price charts, they can help people in their journey. Guys, the largest wipeout you've ever seen. The last sort of wipeouts that we had in the past, they ranged from maybe $1 billion, 1.2 billion, 1.6 billion. The last recent one before this was $1.8 billion. Take a look at how big this one was. Crypto sees a record $19 billion wiped out as Trump slaps 100% tariffs on China tech imports. So that's what the news narrative is as to why the price has taken a massive, massive dump across all of crypto. So I want to talk about it. Is the bull market over? I want to show you some charts that I see, things that we can look at, how you can prepare, because if it is over, we're going into a bear market, or we're in a bear market, maybe people don't realize. I remember a long time ago saying to you, well, weeks, over the last month, I kept saying to you, is the smart money trying to hide the euphoria, trying to hide the top? Meaning that we see a massive pump up and then cool off a little bit because they don't want the euphoria to come, but they're hiding it. They give you a bit of excitement. And then we see another pump and then they hide it, because we never ever saw euphoria, right? I want to show you the charts. How bad is this? So right now I've got the ribbons up on the 5-day time frame for Bitcoin. So each candle is 5 days worth of price action. So this one, the next price to come will happen in another 5 days. This went really, really deep in. Right, as you can see, we're still in an upwards trend because the yellow line's still on top. For those that are new, ribbons cause the trend, right? So when you start to see a tangle in the ribbons, for example here, from the bottom of the market, the yellow was underneath and it starts to curve around and come up. That's the change of the trend, and then we're bullish all the way. Same if it's like bearish, right? So if we start to see this yellow start to tangle and come downwards, then we're looking at a bear market, just like here, what you can see in this circle here, where the yellow comes down. That's very dark and bearish. That's the trend. It's over. You missed the top. The top was here or here, wherever you like. Those were the tops. So it's important to keep a good eye on the ribbons, right? And this is what I'm doing. We saw a huge dump. Huge. Came right down here, the candle, and slowly being bought back up. As it stands, even though it was a disgusting liquidation of $19 billion, wow, the ribbons look okay. Let's take a look at this. I've got a 3-day time frame up here, right? And I'm using 2 moving averages, the 3-day 100 and the 3-day 200. And I've shown you guys this for a while. I haven't brought up for a while, but you can see, look, this is where we are in regards to this. And this green line is the 100 simple moving average. We haven't crossed it yet, but again, this is the 3-day time frame. Each candle's 3 days worth of price action. Well, you're probably thinking, why is he showing such a weird chart? No one else talks about a 3-day time frame with a 100 moving average and a 200 moving average, because this is quite powerful. Because if it does break this green line, I can now have a good insight as to what will happen in the future when I should be cashing out and everything else. Here's an example. Every time we hold on a minute. What have I done? Let me just move it like this. Here we go. Every time we see a break of this green line and prices come below, we usually tend to see a rally up afterwards. And this always happens according to this chart, which is why I like it. So imagine you have a massive bull rally, prices collapse like you see a massive liquidation event. Sometimes it goes below this green line and you start to see candles underneath. Guys, that will be my warning sign, which hasn't happened yet. You see? Because if it does this and it does a massive crash below the green line, maybe it's yet to come. Maybe in the next 4 candles to come, it might go under. I don't know. Time will tell. But this is what I'm looking at now. If it comes down and we start to see candles underneath, I would expect a massive rally, which then explains the green arrow and price action coming up before the final dump. You see? Because what happens is if you start to break this green line and you come down to this red line, damn, not long until we see a massive drop. But there's always a rally and then a dump. And we can see how true this is with every time we've seen price action break this green line. Look, so here was back in 2019. We saw candles break down here. You see a massive pump up and then the dump. That was COVID, right? C19. Same with here, look, massive bull rally cycle up. You see price bounce off the green line. It finally breaks the green line. It gives us a few candles of confirmation. We see a price pump up and then a dump, right? And then a further dump once it breaks this red line. And this guys, it holds true all the way back. Have I got another one to show you? Look, all the time. This is going right back now, 2014. Look, massive rally up. Prices bounce. It starts to break the green line. You get a few candles of confirmation underneath this green line. What do you see? A rally up, which is your final rally, and then a massive dump afterwards. So I believe that this is going to be something that we will see again in price action in the future. I believe in the future we will see prices come below this green line, and then we will see a good rally up before it rolls over again and comes crashing down. Will that be the chance to see a nice little alt season where alts can just go crazy? Do we have to see prices fall below this first to see that? I don't know. Time will tell. But I'm just showing you what I see of the charts, right? How bad is the crash? Well, we're still above this here. This is the Gaussian channel, which we haven't got anywhere near it yet, which right now is about if Bitcoin was to fall to like a 100K, what is it? 99, almost 100K Bitcoin, and it falls below the 100K and it starts to pierce into it and we get a candle in this Gaussian channel, then we're in danger, guys. We really are. Because the only time we enter this Gaussian channel, and this is on the weekly time frame, the week time frame has been the best for the Gaussian channel. It's just precise. There's no false signals. You can see in all of the coming out of this bear market, look, we've come out of it. As soon as you come out of it, it's been bull rally or bull run or upwards trajectory in the price. The only time you see it enter it is when you've missed the top, look, or the top has happened. Let me just show you here. Look, price, it came down, it bounced off it. You had a little wick, but it bounced off it. I'm talking about bodied candles. And then when it finally comes in and enters with a bodied candle, which is one right here, that's your confirmation sign that that's it, guys. Bear market. You missed the top. We've come into the Gaussian channel, bear market. That's it. It's just bear market. Because you can't get out of this Gaussian channel until it takes this massive dump all the way through, which, by the way, you can see this red line here. It falls about 54%, 55%. And then you're bear market for however many years until you can finally get out of it again. Same with, well, I'll talk about that in a second. Same with this one down here. Look, another last cycle. We had a massive rally up. We finally entered it with this candle here. Notice that when we entered it, we didn't get out of it until we fell straight through. Look, massive dump. That was a 41% drop. And then we didn't come out of this until the future when we finally broke out. Every time we enter it, even in this short segment here, there's your confirmed candle. I'll take this and bring it over. There's your confirmed candle right here. You entered the Gaussian channel with this candle here. We tried to break up, but it couldn't, and then it fell straight through. And from the break from here down to here is a 35% drop. Happens all the time, guys. All the time, every cycle. Did it do it in this cycle? Yep. Look at this. So where would our confirmed candle be here? Well, you had a hint of a confirmed candle here. Tried to come back above again, then it pierced straight through. But that would have been a good confirmation sign. Look, I don't care if it's a tiny candle or a big candle, you've entered it on a weekly time frame. Shows weakness. Yeah, it tried to come back up, but eventually fell back in, and then look what happens. Massive 54% crash. So what am I looking at? I'm looking to see if it's going to enter it. If Bitcoin falls below 100K, then we are going to enter it. And how low can it fall if it was to break through? What's this part here from the bottom part of the Gaussian? If price collapses through, how low would it drop? Well, this was a 54% drop. These were like 40% drops. Let's have a look at the worst case. So if it was to fall 50% from today or from where it is right now, and it comes down to here, let me just draw a line here. That's putting Bitcoin's price at a $37,000 Bitcoin price. I don't know if it's going to go down to a $37,000 Bitcoin price. My dog's coming. Ow. I'm trying to be serious. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to come down there, but I do, because the Gaussian channel moves. It moves up with it. But it all depends on, when it comes down to here, when is it going to enter it, and then how much is this Gaussian channel moving as well? What's a 40% crash? Well, a 40% crash is about $45,000. A 35% crash is about a $50,000 price. So it's all nasty prices if you were someone that was been buying Bitcoin right up here. Let's take a look at this. This is just a chart that I brought up with loads of different types of moving averages. Again, I'm just trying to spot when to get out of crypto, when the top of the market is and everything else. This looks confusing, but it's not. This green line is it's the weekly time frame, right, for Bitcoin. Green line is a 21-week moving average. And obviously when prices come above it and we're bouncing above this green line, it's all good. It's bull rally. It's great. If you break this green line, expect the price to come down and test this orange line. And that's what it does. It breaks it, comes and tests this orange line. This orange line is the 50-week moving average, the powerful, everyone uses it. Anyone that you know or anyone that's an influencer trader that understands charts will use this 50-week moving average. If it breaks this 50-week moving average, that's a confirmation you're in a bear market. Well, in this case, it bounced above, it came back above again, and then obviously you saw another top, and then finally it came back down to this 50-week and broke it. And these are your candles of confirmation. If you break the 50-week, you're coming down to this blue line. Do you see it? And if you break this blue line, you're coming straight down to this pink line. And that's what's happened in the past. So look, you can see again, look, in the last cycle, massive rally up. Notice this rally, look at the price action bouncing off this green line all the time. Bounce, 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 bouncing off the green line. That's strong. Even if you see these disgusting drops, which by the way, some of these were mega drops, you know. And actually, when you think about, because people will be like, right, that's a massive liquidation event, $19 billion. Look at that, 36% drop. You might think $19 billion is a lot, but now you got to remember there's a lot more money this time around. There's a lot more money in this crypto space. So yeah, the more money that comes into crypto, the bigger the liquidations are going to be. But it could still play out like something like this, where you do see a massive drop, bang, and it comes straight down to the green line. Bang, another massive drop. This one, bang, devastating drop, just keeps dropping down. As long as it can hold this green line, then you could still have hope for another rally up. Because if it breaks this green line, where does it go? There's the break right here, and it comes down to this orange line. And then that's, that you missed the top was up there. If it gets to this orange line, you best hope that it doesn't break it, because this is the 50-week. If it breaks it, you're coming straight down to this blue line. And just like I said to you, after the blue line, straight down to the pink line, right? That's why this is a powerful chart. And I use this circle here as confirmation. Look, it's just broke this orange line. We've got at least a candle underneath. That's my time to really get out now, sell everything, because missed the top. I'm just seeing price action fall. It's come to this orange line. It's showing weakness. I just got a candle underneath. I need to take some serious money off the table. Like seriously, regardless of what I've got. Again, I'm looking for weakness of candles in the chart. Let's have a look. So what's happened? Look, we're bouncing off the green line and floating between the orange. We've never really broke the orange line. This is what happened yesterday at the time of recording this video, or within the last 24 hours. We saw a massive drop, but look at where it went. It didn't even get to the orange line, guys. You see? We've had worse, is what I'm saying, in this year, in this cycle. Look, we've had worse because it came down, it pierced through this orange with a wick and came back up, the bodied candles. And that's what we're talking about. Can bodied candles remain above this orange line? So this feels horrible, but we have had worse. And actually we hit the orange line twice here as well. So what do I want to see? And this is all for Bitcoin, by the way. I want to see price, worst case, hold this green line, which is good, because then it can just bounce off it and keep going. Worst case, if it's going to come down to the orange line, which is 100k Bitcoin, it can't break it. Because if it breaks the 100k Bitcoin, now we have to start looking at the Gaussian channel, because it's coming into the Gaussian channel. If it gets a closure in there, it might be horrible. Then I've got to come back and look at this, because it's going to get B below here, which tells me that I might get one final pump before the massive dump. These are the things that I'm looking at. Take a look at this is the crypto market excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is total 3. Let's just take a look at this. So this is what's happened in the last day or so with this massive, so huge wipeout of just longs, and it's just been mad. People fearful, selling out. But actually, I'll tell you what, I like this. And why do I like this so far? Because, and this is on the weekly time frame, so this has another week to play out to this. Well, where are we? Actually, this week we'll decide the candle close. It's got a big body wick here, a big wick of this whole sell pressure, and the wick is buy momentum, buy, and it's brought it straight back up here. It would be good if by Monday this comes up a bit more. I'd like to see it come back up some more. We will see what happens though. But it's good that it's done this, because if it just stayed down here, which essentially it's tested my green zone, came back, tested it again. But if it stays If it stayed down here, then it'd be a lot more severe. But it has come up. We've seen some buy pressure, but this still has a few more days before this candle closes. I got total. This is total 4 chart. I made this one. It's excluding BNB, XRP, Solana, as well as, you know, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Taking out the giants, just the rest of the altcoins. And you can see here another massive down candle, but it's being bought up, right? So again, I'd like to see it come up more and, you know, be tiny, like, so there's not much of a down red candle. If this can go up a bit more, it will print this sort of thing called like a dragonfly doji, which could be very bullish. I don't know, we'll see, because the buy pressure shows it. And again, when I look at my charts like this, let me see if I can grab it up. It doesn't go any wider. Let me just see if I can go like this and bring this up like this. When I look at my RSI, again, this is what I'm looking for in the RSI. I want to see the altcoins come up to this gold zone, but, you know, we will see, because right now it's testing this. It hasn't broke it here. It's got its own little moving average. You can see, right? Hasn't broke it. I want to see a reverse and come up. Just give us one final rally for the altcoins. I'm going to keep an eye on all of these charts, and I'm going to keep updating you. If you don't want to miss it, like and subscribe. Stick around. We have seen some disgusting drop. Your portfolio probably did take a little dump, but from the look of things right now, it doesn't look incredibly bad. Bitcoin must hold around 100k in my eyes. Otherwise, it's confirming that the bear market's going to be on with everything else. I'll keep you up to date, right? Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Like and subscribe. See you in the next video. Cheers.
Never be defeated.